After 2 years of fighting and tens of thousands of people killed, we are waiting on the Israeli government to officially ratify a peace deal.
Yeah, once that gets done, sources tell ABC News the remaining hostages could be released by Hamas as soon as this weekend, and the IDF will then leave from Gaza.
All right, but until that happens, folks, the fighting is continuing. Eyewitness News reporter Phil Taitt is live outside of the Israeli consulate on the east side right here in our town with more. Hey, Phil.
Yeah, Sam, good morning. This moment has been 2 years in the making, and while we're seeing celebrations in the Middle East and even here at home, the Israeli cabinet is expected to meet right now to make a vote on this. If this is approved, it would begin the 72-hour clock for the hostages to be released.
After 2 years of devastating war, this morning, President Trump celebrating a historic step toward peace, telling Fox,
"This is more than Gaza. This is peace in the Middle East, and it's an incredible thing."
After months of tense negotiations and deadlock, Trump announcing on social media what he described as the first phase of the peace plan, saying Hamas will release all of the hostages very soon. In return, Israel will withdraw the troops to an agreed upon line. The White House posting this video of some of the families of hostages in Washington, D.C., with Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick speaking with the president by phone.
What do you guys have to say to President Trump?
Thank you. They're all coming back on Monday.
In Israel, a similar scene of joy. The sister of one hostage popping champagne to celebrate her upcoming release. Overnight on the streets of Brooklyn, more joy and celebrations. It was 2 years ago this week that Hamas attacked Israel, killing 1,200 people, taking 250 hostage. Since then, Israel's response, killing more than 67,000 Palestinians, including 20,000 children, according to the Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry. Gaza decimated. These satellite images showing the stark difference from before the war to now. Nearly the entire population of Palestinians displaced and in desperate need of aid. But the war raged on, efforts to solve the crises going nowhere, previous ceasefires failing after both sides accused the other of violations.
And President Trump appeared on Fox News saying that he may travel to the region. As for when those hostages could be released, he said as soon as Monday. We're on the east side this morning. I'm Phil Taitt, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Phil, for insight from right there. Now, 2 years after this terrible war began, finally, I guess there's a little bit of a sense of hope from both Israel and Gaza on this.
Yeah, we saw those images of people celebrating. ABC's Marcus Moore is on the ground in Tel Aviv getting reaction from hostages, families, and from inside of Gaza. Good morning, Marcus.
Hey there, Pedro, Sam, and Shirlene. Good to be with you. We are at Hostage Square here in central Tel Aviv. This has become a place of mourning as well as one of vigil, as families of those who are still being held hostage. And everyday citizens come here to demand the release of all of the hostages. And you can see some of the people in the distance who have gathered here to mark the apparent progress that has been made. Now, despite the encouraging news, the Hostage Family Forum saying that they will not rest until every hostage is brought home. And as Phil was just mentioning, there are a lot of moving parts here, including the effort to secure the release of the hostages and also move the Israeli troops back to an agreed upon line. And we understand that Prime Minister Netanyahu is expected to meet with his cabinet members this evening, and there will be votes on ratifying this peace deal. And at this hour, at this point, it's our understanding that the 72-hour window to release the hostages will begin. And as you heard Phil mention, it could happen as early as this weekend. And Pedro, Sam, and Shirlene, as all of this plays out, the heavy bombardment in Gaza continues, with several explosions reported this morning and throughout the day in and around Gaza City. So despite the hope that many people have, this still is not over.
Yeah, this morning we showed images from Gaza. You see the smoke billowing. So again, as you mentioned, that fighting continuing.